All right, let's just get right into it. We all have those cartoons that basically defined our childhoods, right? The ones we could watch for hours. But what if I told you that behind all the bright colors and silly jokes, there are some genuinely shocking and kind of dark secrets hiding in plain sight?
Seriously, take a second and think about it. Were they really as simple as they seemed? Because today, we're going to peel back the curtain on a few classics, and you might be surprised by the unsettling stories fans have put together. And we're not talking about just any shows. We're diving deep into three absolute titans: the futuristic world of Doraemon, the wild comedy of Shin-chan, and the alien-shifting action of Ben 10. So get ready to have your childhood memories flipped completely upside down.
Okay, first up, case file number 1. Let's talk about Nobita from Doraemon. We all know him as the kid who's lazy, a little clumsy, and, let's be honest, just can't seem to pass a single test. But is that really the whole picture? This is where things get really weird. So, in the TV show, Nobita consistently gets zeros on his tests. I mean, you could just scribble on the paper and probably get a point by accident. But then, you watch the movies, and this exact same kid is suddenly a brilliant, powerful hero who saves the entire galaxy. So, how does that work? It doesn't add up. How can you be a total failure in the classroom, but a strategic genius when the universe is on the line? Well, that's where this incredible fan theory comes into play. Get this, the theory is that Nobita isn't a fool at all. He might actually be one of the smartest characters in the entire show. He's just pretending. It sounds crazy, I know, but the reason why is actually pretty heartbreaking. Think about it. Why is Doraemon there in the first place? He was sent from the future to help Nobita become smart and hardworking. But what happens if Nobita actually pulls it off? What happens if he succeeds? Well, Doraemon's mission would be over, and he'd have to go back to the 22nd century. The theory says that Nobita, who loves his best friend more than anything, would rather get zeros for the rest of his life than lose him. He only shows his true genius when it's a life-or-death situation for his friends or the world. Wow, so a hero faking being a fool just to keep his friend around, that's deep. But if you thought that was a dark twist, our next case takes a beloved comedy and drives it straight into psychological horror territory. Just look at this timeline. For years, Shin-chan was just pure comedy. But then, things started to change. You get these creepy episodes, like one in 1997 where an extra, unseen kid just appears out of nowhere. And this shift happened during a time when the creator was reportedly under a lot of stress, which ended with his mysterious death in 2009. Ever since, the horror themes have become way more common. But here's the really interesting part of the theory. If you pay really close attention during these scary episodes, the character who seems to be at the center of all the terror, it's not Shin-chan. It's almost always his friend Kazama. So why him? The theory goes that because Kazama is the most serious, career-driven kid of the bunch, all of his internal anxieties are literally manifesting as these horror movie scenarios. And here's the craziest part. Some people think the principal is in on it. He knows about Kazama's fears, so he tells these scary stories and creates these situations, not to terrify the kids, but to actually help them confront and overcome their fears. Okay, for our final case file, we are diving into the world of Ben 10. And this one might just be the most mind-bending of them all. It calls into question the very reality of Ben's entire life as a hero. But first, just to kind of set the stage that what you think you know might be totally wrong, let's talk about power levels. Everybody thinks Alien X is the top dog, right? The most powerful alien. But the show actually mentions a species called the Naljians, who can understand 26 dimensions, while Alien X is stuck with just a few. So there are powers out there way beyond what Ben or us can even imagine. But that's just the warm-up. The real meat of this dark theory kicks off in Season 4, in an episode called Perfect Day. Now, if you've seen it, you already know things get super complicated. And if you haven't, well, this is the exact moment where Ben's reality might have shattered for good. So let's break this down. Ben is having the greatest day ever. Everything is going perfectly. Then, surprise, it's all a dream trapped set by Vilgax. But then, just as he defeats Vilgax, it's revealed that that was also a dream, a deeper trap set by the Forever Knights. Ben realizes that since it's all in his head, he's in control. He uses his willpower to wake up. But did he really? And that is the absolute core of the theory. What if the Forever Knights actually won? What if Ben didn't wake up but just fell one level deeper into the dream? The theory is that Enoch and the Knights successfully took the Omnitrix from him, and ever since that episode, Ben has been trapped in a dream prison, living out his hero fantasies while his real body is locked away somewhere. Everything after Season 4, just a dream.
So after going through all of that, what are we supposed to believe? These theories completely change how we see these stories we grew up with.
I mean, let's just lay it all out. Is Nobita a lazy failure or a secret genius making a huge sacrifice for friendship? Is Shin-chan just a silly comedy, or is it a deep exploration of childhood anxiety? And is Ben 10's epic adventure real, or is it just the tragic, endless dream of a hero who already lost his biggest fight? The verdict is yours. It just goes to show you, sometimes the most disturbing mysteries aren't in horror movies. They're hiding right there, in the cartoons we love the most. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other secrets are buried in the shows you grew up watching?